Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, the 24th of November, and here we are again, almost wrapping up the first working week, having done these videos consistently. And for those of you who've been tuning in, I hope that you've been enjoying them and gaining some form of value. Now, this morning's video was actually in jeopardy in some way, and the reason I say it was I was at an event last night. It was a very enjoyable event, and I got home late. I got home after 1 a.m. and I am tired. I'm not going to deny it. I am tired. But as I always talk about, and I absolutely practice what I preach, this has to get done regardless. So I'm running on a lot less sleep than I normally have. I'm typically in bed by 9:30. I tend to get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And right now I'm only running on a few hours. And that's actually the topic of this video, which is all about having a championship mentality. Now, for a lot of people, it would have been easy in my situation, running on less sleep, being exhausted, laying in bed, thinking to yourself, I'm just tired and I could just do with more sleep right now. It would have been very easy to either lay in bed and just, get more and more and more sleep and let the day take over. And it's a lot tougher to say, well, I've made an obligation not only to you guys, but more importantly, I've made an obligation to myself. That obligation is to get this video done. That obligation is the fact that I need to work out after this. That obligation is the morning routine that I've set out for myself. And the reason that I feel the way I feel is because of the choices that I've made. No one else made them for me. I made the decision to go to that event. I made the decision to, go and support. It was a family member who put on the event. So I made that decision to go, to support, to be there and sacrifice some sleep to be there. That was my decision. So I have to take full responsibility for that. But I also have to stick by everything that I said that I would do on a daily basis. Now, we've spoken in previous videos about the premise of discipline, and it has another place here because I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. People are disciplined until the odds are no longer stacked in their favor. And so most people are disciplined when they say they need to do their morning run until they realize it's wet, windy and cold. All of a sudden, not necessarily so disciplined anymore. Or you're disciplined until you have a late night. And all of a sudden you're tired, you're knackered, and you're thinking the last thing I want to do is work out. And the last thing I want to do is record a video, right? But that's where the test comes in. And Kobe Bryant, the late, great Kobe Bryant, spoke a lot about this topic. And I remember he used to tell a story because, of course, as a basketball team, they used to travel from state to state, getting prepared for their games. And he used to say that a lot of his team members wanted to go out, which was understandable. They wanted nights out, especially it's because they were in different towns. And he would say, yeah, we can absolutely go out as long as you're still on the court at 6 a.m. for practice. And he said a lot of the team would look at him like, what do you mean? We're going out, so that's not going to... He's like, we can go out as long as you're on the court for practice. And he would talk about the moments where he would go out and they would all go out. And of course he would come back, but he would then be at practice. And at times he would be the only one at practice. Because this is where you talk about sometimes the fine margin between being good and great or great and top 1% and then top 0.1%. Any basketball player that plays in the NBA is an exceptional basketball player. But then you've got exceptional and then you've got the Kobe Bryants. You've got exceptional and then you've got the Michael Jordans. And it's the same way in every single field in life, every single sport. You've got exceptional, then you've got a Lionel Messi, or exceptional, then you've got a Cristiano Ronaldo. They're in their own brackets. They're the top 0.1%. Same thing in business. You've got elite and then you've got Mark Zuckerberg. You've got elite and then you've got Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett. These are that 0.1% with a true championship mentality because they know and they understand that they have to get a task done in any given scenario. Now, some people will view what some of them do as extreme, right? So Elon Musk talks a lot about the fact that he regularly would sleep in the office or sleep on the factory floor. He even mentioned that fairly recently, I believe, with Tesla. He would also talk about just hellacious amounts of hours of work he would put in every single week. And some people are, that will raise a lot of red flags. But then what is ultimately undeniable is Elon Musk is one of, if not the most successful man on the planet. He's built incredible businesses, has shown unbelievable innovation, but he's done what many people simply will not be willing to do. And sometimes in life, when you are the person who is willing to do what others won't, who is willing to step in when most people would step out, it's that very mindset and that very mentality that will put you in a position where you can truly, truly accomplish your goals. It's that type of mentality where if you're sitting here and you say, I want to be a multimillionaire, I want to be a billionaire, it's those types of aspects and characteristics that make the difference. It's those types of aspects and characteristics that truly set you apart and start to put you in a top 0.1% category. So here I am right now. As much as I felt tired, even doing this video is giving me energy. But I refuse to break routine. I refuse to break the promises I made to myself. And I'm going to show up every day in the same way that I promise to myself and have committed to you guys as well. And so it's Friday. As always, another opportunity to step towards greatness. With all of that said, make sure you keep climbing, and I will see you tomorrow.